It's been ages since I've done one of these live streams. Okay, are we live?
Yeah, it says live.
Cool. Well, welcome everybody to the Banana Warrior Princess, Banana Warrior, Vegan Gains, Banana Rama, amazing world of. I'm doing this live stream tonight because I started a bit of a sort of a Twitter fight this at the beginning of this week with Atheism is Unstoppable, who is a YouTuber. If anyone doesn't know who he is, he's kind of like, what does he do, Richard? It's kind of like it's kind of like a skeptic, part of the skeptic community. Yeah. He responds to like, he's an atheist, obviously. He responds to a lot of SJWs and that kind of thing. His videos are quite funny. He's kind of a funny guy. Yeah, I do like his videos. But anyway, he posted something on Twitter earlier on this week, and it was to do with punching a dog in the face. So it's to do with, you know, animal cruelty. Some guy just beating this dog in the face, and so AIU just posts this on Twitter and shares it on his feed because he just really doesn't agree with it. It's just he doesn't agree with animal cruelty. He thought it was wrong. He wants to find the guy and just like take him out. He just thought it was really wrong, and so that's fine. But then Isaac, Ask Yourself, responded, quite rightly so, just pointing out his hypocrisy. You know, just kind of like saying, you know, well, you're against animal cruelty here, you're against the abuse of dogs in one respect, but then, you know, like the average cow has a way worse life than this dog. Just pointing out the hypocrisy, basically, which is all fair enough. And then it just sort of like blew up from there. So yeah, I was just going to sort of not go through all the tweets because that's already been done. If you want to sort of see more about that, you can go and watch Vegan Gains video. He's done a response to it, to the video that he's put out on YouTube. And obviously Ask Yourself has done his own breakdown of the Atheism is Unstoppable video as well, at length. So, but tonight I just thought we'd go through sort of like his behavior. Like I really wanted to talk about like why is he kind of acting the way he is, like what are his intentions, what are his motives. So I'm joined here tonight by, I've got Ellie the Phlegm Face.
Hello.
She's got her own YouTube channel. Welcome, Ellie. We've got Richard, obviously Vegan Gains, and we've got Nick Kazmarek.
Hello.
And you've got a channel as well, and you all do live streams. I'm kind of like a bit shit at live streams, as you've just discovered, because it's taken me like half an hour to set one up. And so thanks all very much for your help. But yeah, I mean, the original tweet that was put out, I'm just going to try and bring it up here. So basically, this is the tweet that Isaac posted out to at Jaman Bruin. That's his Twitter name, but basically he goes, "You've got to be kidding me. The average cow you eat has a worse life than this." This is Isaac's accent. Complete logical inconsistency as per usual on this topic. I dare you to debate VG or I on this topic, basically. To which he replies, and this is why vegans are reveled the whole world over. Go fuck yourself. So yeah, I come in on that one. I just sort of like back Isaac up a bit, and I say, wait a minute, I'm just going to go to my notes here because I never remember what I say. Well, I do, but yeah, I say, I hated the whole world over for being vegan, not wanting to, because he said like, this is why vegans, revel the whole world over. I'm not wanting to be, I don't want animals to be stabbed to death needlessly when I could just eat, vegan pizza instead. It's easy enough. To which he replies, well, no, it's because you're a shrill, cancerous, horrible bitch of a person. That's why. And no one gives a single fuck about your anti-meat crusade. Have fun with your Ulster cunt. Which I thought was a little bit sort of over the top.
Like
Yeah, and then he
that's
was
a
calling us.
little strange. Like I think that's just a deflection tactic, and you see this a lot with like kind of social justice status, like activism, like, you know, like get out of here with your, you know, right-wing crusade, or, you know, just there's this sort of framing that makes makes what they're saying seem absurd. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, you see that a lot with AIU, just a lot of deflection, not really actually taking responsibility to look at the arguments in front of him. Like, I just, I don't see it. I don't see any personal responsibility.
I think it's just
ethically.
I think it's a tactic he uses. Like, he says the most crazy, insane shit, like swearing and freaking out, just to make it so the person he's talking to just won't speak back to him.
Yeah, it's all for kind of show, I think. I mean, this is the impression I get from him, because he likes to be inflammatory. He's very entertaining as well. He's a funny guy. And I think it is all just for show. I don't think he's really sort of sat down and thought about it very much. You know what I mean? I think he's just sort of...
Oh, I'm sure he's thought about it. His girlfriend, I think, is vegan, and she's a vegan chef.
I'd be curious if she's like in it for the ethics, or like what actually her own personal psychology is in the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it sounds like she is an ethical vegan. After Isaac made his first video talking to Devin why he should go vegan, Devin admitted that his girlfriend was trying to like shame him into going totally vegan. So it sounds like she's an ethical vegan. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that has a whole lot of loaded context there as well. Man. Shame him. Well, there's a reason for that, Mr. Man. Like, there's obviously a reason there, so.
Mr. Man. Mr. Man.
Mr. Manly Man. Mr. Macho Meat Man.
Well, the thing is that any shame you feel that it's not being imposed upon you, you feel that, and you're just deflecting that onto the situation. Like, bad things are happening, you're participating in them. If you feel bad about that, that's you. It's not like, I don't know what better to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just really weird. Guys, I need to just make sure that this video is live.
I'm not seeing it on the. I'm not seeing it on your channel.
Yeah, and let me just. I need to just sort this out.
Did you make sure it was public?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Which I am so sorry for. I'm just. I feel like such a clown. Seriously.
I've actually done that before. I've gone unlisted. Yeah.
It's especially when you say really profound things, and you're like, God,
I just feel like I'm wasting everyone's time. Though I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Richard.
No,
I've got very much time either.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Right. So it's.
I was trying to say I didn't want to cut in, but I was just like, I can't actually find. I've been looking the whole time. Like,
no, really, you should have said something. It's fine.
It's all my fault.
Okay, so God. Okay. I've saved changes. It's public. Is it live?
You should hang on.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. We hope so.
This is why I don't do live streams very often. I always have just so many hiccups.
Let's see if we can find it on the channel. Okay, right. Banana Warrior Princess.
I keep disconnecting here.
You're live!
Hooray! Oh my God, I can actually do things. I'm not completely useless. Oh, right. Welcome everybody to the Banana Warrior Princess live stream. It's your girl, the BWP. I'm here joined by the phlegm-faced Ellie.
Hello.
Richard Vegan Gaines, Nick Kazmarek.
Hello.
Today we're going to be discussing Atheism is Unstoppable. We're going to be responding to his nonsense tweets, his video that he's put out, responding to, well, he's not actually trying to debunk veganism per se, but he's put out some rubbish about vegans in gen. What's that, Richard?
He kind of is and isn't. He's trying to undermine the philosophy, but at the same time say it's definitely a superior way of living. But he gives like ridiculous excuses for why he's not like he shouldn't be like morally responsible for his actions.
Yeah, it's so strange because he's just really contradictory. In one breath, he'll say, "Yeah, I'm with you, vegans. Like I'm all for it. It's the veganism is morally superior." But then on the other hand, he's saying he's just giving like the normal sort of level zero carnist arguments, like we've been doing it for thousands of years, and the whole world isn't ever going to go vegan. So what's the point? And all this kind of stuff. It's like, what? Like, where do you stand on the matter? You can't be one thing and another. Do you know what I mean?
Well, his ultimate argument, which is where I left my live stream, was that he can do whatever he wants. So, like, really what he's trying to say is, I don't care, I can do whatever I want. And then he just tacks on all these stupid excuses just, I don't know, to look intelligent, I guess.
Yeah. It's really strange. And I don't know whether... the point of this live stream tonight, because obviously, Richard, you've responded to it already. You've responded to his video that he put out the other day. Isaac has already responded point by point for that video as well. And he did the video of responding to all the tweets that have been up on Twitter. So, I don't really need to go through all the tweets again. But I will just give, for the audience, a bit of context, because some people might not know who Atheism is Unstoppable is. So he's kind of like he's a YouTuber, obviously. He's kind of part of the skeptic community. He does sort of response videos to, SJWs. He's an atheist. So the kind of things that he responds to are just sort of like mainly sort of political, that kind of thing. But I haven't really heard very much of his views on veganism before. And it seems to be like, he knows his stuff when it comes to politics and atheism and things like this, but when it comes to the veganism, it's just retarded, and it's just really, really dumb arguments that he's using. So
they're not even arguments, really.
Well, no, they're just sort of statements that just don't mean anything.
Like, ultimately, he just said, I don't care, I can do what I want. And he did use a few excuses, like, we've been eating meat for millions of years, but really, he admits that he doesn't have an argument, ultimately. So it's just really odd that he takes that, like, really hostile stance against us as well, when we didn't really do anything to antagonize him.
Yeah, and just to give the audience a bit more context, the whole thing that started this off was a tweet that Devon put out on Twitter, which I'm just trying to find now, and I'm just going to read through it. So basically, he posted some footage of a dog being beaten up, like really cruel stuff. Obviously, nobody's going to think that that's a good thing to do, So, he posts this out on Twitter, but he says, like, this guy is awful, and I just want to like take him out and stuff like that. And so, Ask Yourself comes in and says, he just sort of points out the hypocrisy, basically. He says, you've got to be kidding me. The average cow you eat has a worse life than this. Complete logical inconsistency, as per usual on this topic. I dare you to debate VG or I, basically. Which is basically, I would back Isaac up on that. Because if you're saying, dog cruelty is wrong, but you then go ahead and support animal cruelty elsewhere, and it is animal cruelty, like killing an animal that does not want to die. How is that not cruel? How is that not abuse? Do you know what I'm saying? So that is a double standard, and I back Isaac up like that. He's just basically pointing out that hypocrisy, and fair enough. Obviously, Devon, he feels a bit, I don't know, taken aback like that. Maybe a bit like he feels like he's attacked or something like that. But I don't know. It's just like his responses that he came back with that are kind of really, I don't know, I think they're just a bit over the top. So I don't know if you guys wanted to help me out here and go through a few of them, maybe just like a couple.
Yeah, totally.
So I think I'm just trying to find the main one that I just basically just came in saying, "Oh yeah, like I can't refute the central argument for veganism, so fuck vegans," which is basically what Devon, I think, was alluding to there. So, and I just said, well, you can come debate me as well if you want, but he won't. But which is fair enough. But yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to find the original tweet now that he sent back to me, because we can't go onto his Twitter now because I think it's just been suspended. I don't know if I've been banned because he's obviously gone on some, banning spree as well. But yeah, you can't actually go onto his Twitter to have a look now. So
yeah, account suspended.
All I've got is saved screenshots.
You're welcome to send us the screenshots if you want, and then we can kind of review them with you.
It's difficult, Nick, because like the setup I've got is just like, if I do any live streams, like everything's just really, really slow, so it's really difficult to get into anything. But
okay, so wait, were you suggesting that on Discord you have links in that? Or oh, I see.
No, just on Hangouts.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, yeah, the chat, right? Good shout.
Yeah, so it's just I can't share anything. I can't share any screenshots.
Oh, okay.
All I could do is find them and read them out to you.
No worries. Sounds good.
But yeah, what have you? I mean, have you guys been following this as well? Like on Twitter, obviously Richard has because he's done his response. But I mean, have you guys?
Yeah, a little bit.
You've been following what I've been doing, haven't you? Because you've been chatting to me this past few days.
I didn't actually start following until I saw your
tweet
you sent to you, and then I was like, "Whoa, I am not edgy enough for this." I was just like, "Wow, that's really uncalled for." Does he even know you other than that tweet that you sent him?
Oh no, he doesn't know me. Well, I think I really don't know, but I mean, obviously, I'm just trying to find the responses he sent back to me because they're just hilarious. Because it's like, is he actually talking about me? Doesn't sound like it's something like
it was addressed kind of personally, but didn't address you contextually. Do you know what I mean? Like, it seemed like he knew who you were, but maybe he was just like using you as an example.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like his character attacks towards you were substantiated. Like, it just seemed like this just kind of weird psychological projection towards vegans as a group.
Yeah,
like that's the impression that I had, at least.
It seems as if like loads of people have been bombarding him, vegans, whatever, and some people, they can be complete arseholes, and the internet is easy to be, isn't it? It's quite easy to just throw insults on the internet, and so I'm just coming in, just another one of those people, and he's just kind of maybe just tarnish everyone with the same brush. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, generally, when someone has a high level of cognitive dissonance, it's easier to kind of shoot the messenger versus actually attack the message itself.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
Exactly.
Because it's easy, and also that's why a lot of people use straw man arguments, because it's easier to attack their version of your argument.
Yeah. So here we go. I put, am I hated the whole, because he's basically put, this is why vegans are revel the whole world over, to Isaac's tweet there. So I said, am I hated the whole world over for being vegan, not wanting to stab animals to be stabbed needlessly when I can just eat a vegan pizza? Which I thought was, I mean, what's, is that overkill? Is that attacking, do you think, that tweet? Because what he came back with was, no, it's because you're a shrill, cancerous, horrible bitch of a person. That's why no one gives a single fuck, actually, about your anti-meat crusade. Well, that's not true. And
I can tell you my impressions. But
yeah, so I mean, it's just like, obviously, he doesn't know me from Adam. He's just sort of guessing that I'm just another horrible bitch.
Yeah, it's a guess. It's
it's
a really off guess.
Really off.
It's completely off. Yeah.
Devin is in the chat and he's saying vegans suspended my Twitter.
Okay, well, it wasn't me. I can
Yeah, I
hand
didn't
say it's
report
not
him.
me.
I had a funny feeling that he reported me on Twitter, which is why I have like a partial like suspension on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Rough.
Like,
No, well,
in
I am.
all fairness, you were freaking out and calling everyone cunts, and if somebody's going to report
Yeah.
you can kind of expect that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Like, I get the humor. I know it's a bit of banter. I can take it. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what you call me. I've been called a lot worse. So, but I don't have cottage cheese thighs. That's for sure. Because one of the, I'm going to read this really fun. I'm going to read one of the, because I posted on his video. I just need to read it out because Devon, you put this on your Twitter. This comment, I couldn't actually see I think I must have been banned. I think you've blocked me on YouTube now because I couldn't actually read your response, but I saw that you posted it on Twitter, your response to my comment on YouTube there. I say in response to Devon's video, so you're against animal abuse but support animals being killed. In what world is killing not abuse? Would it be abuse to kill a human who doesn't want to die? And if you say that it's not abuse for the animal, but it is abuse for the human, then intrinsic in what you're saying is that there is some kind of difference between the human and the cow that justifies the difference in treatment. So what is that difference? And, you know, would that difference justify turning you into a hamburger if that trait were true of you instead of the cow? Which I think is, I don't know, I think that's quite a reasonable, those are quite reasonable questions. Like, I am genuinely curious. I want to know what his answer is. But the thing is, every time I've tried to engage with Devon, I just get this barrage of like meaningless shit. I don't really understand.
Yeah, it's either personal insults or he stalls and just sends a stupid GIF or something.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, like banana girl, do a headstand for us live. Like, come on. Oh, here, let's see. He said, "Would you platform an answer?" And then he said, "You vegans try to silence me because you know I'm right." Okay, well, if you think we're wrong, prove us wrong. Change my mind.
yeah,
like you made an hour and 12-minute long video and you literally didn't come up with a single answer, and it was all personal insults, red herrings, bunch of logical fallacies like appeals to nature, tradition, and then you just said, "I don't care." So you had, and we wanted to have a debate with you. You've been given every opportunity to come up with a response.
The thing is, it's so hard to do backwards and forwards like response videos. Like, it's just be so much easier just to talk in person about it, because that's what I'm used to. I'm just used to talking to people one-to-one. I'm not really used to doing these live streams and things like that or response videos. I just like to talk to people just one-on-one or just have like a friendly conversation about it. But
the problem is whenever you make a response video, it's on your terms. So people can kind of dishonestly make these videos, leave out facts, and they'll go unchallenged until the next person makes their video, but it's still on their terms. That's why having an actual live debate is a good thing.
Yeah, and you can get more context as well.
It's independent of emotion. Like, there's no like real emotion involved if both parties are, you know, actually engaged in ideas and conversation. Like, if you kind of start there and then go from like points of contention and kind of building a structured conversation around it, then you're talking about ideas, not, you know, using logical fallacies.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the video that Devon put out was full of fallacies, I have to say. I mean, it was it's like half kind of taking a piss out of vegans and stuff like that, and it was like probably, I don't know, 5 to 10% was any kind of glitch of any kind of argumentation, but the arguments were just ridiculous. I mean,
and he talks about respect at one point. He's like, you know, I don't want to straw man him here. I actually have a timestamp I'm going to go to. Let's see. What did he say? You're afraid you got crushed. People talk to people that they respect. I don't talk to people that I don't respect. Or wait, that I don't respect?
Yeah, but he debated that like fundamentalist Christian about firearms. So it's just odd that he debate that person, but he wouldn't debate someone who's actually been a fan of his channel for quite some time.
That's a really fair point. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's like ask yourself literally on his 4-hour breakdown of your video was wearing a atheism is unstoppable shirt or well hoodie, but
ironically this time, yeah.
Yeah, and he even prefaced the video like in a friendly manner. It's like you ought to consider that video. Like just scope it out if you haven't.
Well, the thing is with Devon, I mean, the whole crux of his argumentation is that he is on the vegan side. Like he's basically paying lip service to vegans. So he's saying like, I'm against animal cruelty. Yes, of course I am. I'm not for abuse of animals. But then he's saying like killing killing animals for food is not abuse somehow. Like I just don't get it. Like if you killed a dog painlessly for food, would that be abuse? Or like, is there some kind of difference between the two? Like,
yeah, if Devin wants to go on the actual stream, would that be okay? Like, could you send him a link? Yeah. So Devin, if you want to actually come on the stream, invitation's open. Just tell us where to contact you so we can send you the link.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I'm happy to have him. I really want to talk to him, obviously. But I mean, it's really entirely up to you. Like,
it would be great to have him on so we can actually have a discussion.
I just want to prove like I'm not a shrill, horrible, cancerous bitch, you know.
And you don't have what legs? Sorry, cottage cheese.
I don't have cottage cheese thighs. Look, see, I've got my legs on there.
Evidence. There you go.
Oh, that's perfect.
Debunked. Refuted. Mangled.
I knew this would be a fun live stream.
Oh yes. Yeah, so this guy Alf Benny apparently has an unbreakable argument.
This is
atheism unstoppable.
Yeah.
And so I messaged this guy and I was like, "Do you want to debate me right now?" Like, and he said, "Here, I'll actually pull up his DMs here. I heard you were trying to debate people on veganism. Would you like to debate me right now on live stream?" No, sorry, I'm not interested in debates. But he said that later on, you would have to pay me $250 for 2 hours of live streaming on my channel. So I don't know. That was like the only little segue to like even getting close to debating someone resembling atheism is unstoppable. Besides maybe his Discord, but
and Elf Benny's like asking to be paid for it, right?
Yeah, $250 for 2 hours.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, well, I didn't really debate. I was having more of a discussion with Alf and like Amy K, and I didn't get charged. So you know,
nice.
Unless there's like a impending PayPal request, I don't know, but I don't think I got charged.
I hope not.
I fucking hope not. I haven't got it. Alf, if I owe you, I don't have the money. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't know how to send out the link to Devon now because obviously you can't get hold of him on Twitter or anything now.
Yeah, maybe he's on Facebook or something.
I know I'm in his Discord, so I could toss it in there.
Just make sure it's a DM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good shout.
So yeah, I'll just talk about the video that he did just while we're just here. Just I don't know, it's a chill stream. Because the thing that I got from it is, you know, he's got this argument that he doesn't think that he thinks it's basically he's paying lip service to veganism at the same time as giving all these arguments against veganism, which is kind of weird. And also, he doesn't understand name a trait at all. He thinks he thinks that we're just asking him what's the difference between humans and animals. We're not just asking that question. We're asking what is the difference between human and animals that, you know, if that difference was true of you instead of the animal would justify killing you, you know, for what you're proposing to kill animals for, which is the hamburgers.
You know, the thing here too is a lot of people like always make the argument, well, humans are totally different than animals. Like I like it, the name the trait thing, it is a valid argument, but it's hard for people to, you know, like some people take it seriously because you are comparing a human to an animal. But Devin was talking about a dog on his Twitter, and like in reality, like cows, chickens, pigs, they're not all that different from dogs to the extent where it's okay to slit their throats open, but it's not okay to like, commit any kind of abuse to a dog. So it's just like, given that, it's especially like his reaction to everything is especially odd.
Yeah, well, it's a clear-cut contradiction. I mean, what is the, moral differentiation between the dog and the factory animal, the factory farmed animal? So,
I think at one point he did mention that, like, cows, chickens, pigs, they're bred to be slaughtered, and that is somehow a justification to kill them.
Well, that is ridiculous, because if you were bred to be slaughtered, would that justify killing you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
there are like, this has happened before. There are parents who had children for the purpose of selling them for to be a sex slave. So does that make it okay to, like, breed children to be sex slaves just because you did it? Like, you can't impose your own will onto other beings that have like the power to choose for themselves.
Yeah, and if you want to go from there to like the utility route or something like that, it's like, okay, well, if I got utility from that sex slave, it's like, well, that wouldn't justify the action irrespective of the utility of it, right? Or tastiness or whatever, fill in the blank. It's like ridiculous. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear where his mind goes there. That's why I think really he just doesn't have enough like positions on the table,
I don't think he actually has a real position. I mean, he admitted that, veganism is a superior lifestyle and he'd like the world to go vegan. But then, like, when it comes to his own personal choices, he just says, I don't care, I can do what I want. So he doesn't really have a position, and I don't think he genuinely believes in the excuses he came up with. Like, I mean, given his behavior, I think he is kind of a dumb guy, but he's not so dumb that he'd actually think appeals to nature and appeals to tradition are valid arguments.
I just think it's difficult. Sorry to cut in. I just think it's difficult if you're in a society and there's a certain norm. I think it's difficult to engage with your true feelings or thoughts about something that's happening. Like, say if you went over to a country where they do kill dogs in a similar fashion to how we kill animals here, I think it would be much easier, even for vegans, because we don't see it. I think it would be a lot easier for us to engage with an internal emotion that's negative. But I think the difference is we understand that, like, we come away from looking at what our norm is, and we look at what actually is happening. And I think you know what, my thoughts gone.
No, I know what you're saying.
I had a 12-hour shift. I can't.
It's like the difference between what is actually happening now today and what should be happening based on, more philosophical kind of, like a philosophical kind of stance. Like, what should actually be happening is very different to what is actually happening today. Do you know what I mean? And actually, I watched a part of that Andy Warski live stream that Devin did with that pro-gun bloke. Can't remember his name. It was on Andy Warski's channel the other day. Because I'm quite interested, Richard, in like I'm really on the fence, like, about guns. Like, should we have them? Like, I see the arguments for both sides, and I'm still like, I have no idea whether it's good or bad. Like, I can see the arguments for both, and I agree with both. But anyway, the arguments that Devin was making on that was like, he was making these kind of using prescriptive ethics basically to say that, it's fundamentally wrong to have guns because guns kill, there's more deaths produced from guns because we have guns basically. So therefore we shouldn't, we didn't have, if there was more gun control, then we'd live in a better world. And I think, but then, so basically he's making a case for, you should always use prescriptive ethics rather than just going with, this is the society that we live in, the society that we live in America. There's the Second Amendment, we're allowed to have guns and gun rights, and that's the way it is. But that's not the excuse for being able to, for using guns. So he's making that argument, we should be working to prescribe ethics in that context, in the gun context. But then on the other hand, when he goes to veganism, he's like, well, this is the way it is. This is the way it's been for thousands of years, and all this kind of bullshit. Just do you know what I mean? It's like, what?
Total hypocrisy.
I find that kind of strange. But
and
an overlap there.
And he goes down the "I don't care, I can do whatever I want" argument when it comes to eating meat. Well, why can't I just say I don't care, I can do whatever I want when it comes to firearms? Again, it's a sort of double standard.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reductio of the view. I mean, it's pretty clear. It's clear-cut contradiction.
Yeah, he's actually, I've got some quotes here. He actually says, we're talking about the philosophy of it. I don't think the Second Amendment is a good idea to start with. We see the ramifications of it in dead bodies. So it's well, yeah, it's exactly the same for the vegan argument as well. The ramifications are dead bodies. And yeah, there is a difference between humans and animals. Yeah, but what's the difference? What's the moral difference? That is the question. What is the moral difference between them that justify,
What's also odd about Devon's reasoning is guns don't commit murder. It's people that ultimately commit murder. So if you're going to legalize guns, yes, a certain percentage of people are going to use those guns to commit murder. But that's not the point of the law. It's really more the law is just to give people the resource to either use a gun for self-defense, recreational shooting, hunting, which obviously I disagree with, and murder. But you're not directly allowing murder. But with animal agriculture, that is what you're allowing. You are actually ensuring that animals can be murdered. So it's a little odd. Well, yeah. So it's a little odd that he'd be against guns because they could potentially do harm, but he's not against he is and he isn't. He absolves himself for paying for animals to be abused and murdered. But it's just an odd contradiction there as well. He's against the potential to cause harm, but he's not against actually causing harm.
I just want to say, I just have a question for AIU in the chat. I mean, you said that you wouldn't debate. Let me know if I'm misquoting you, because you don't care. You don't really care. You've got to kind of care about it before you do anything. But now you've made an hour-long video. You've been trolling up the place. You've invested time. Why not invest just a little longer, and have a bit of a debate? And then
especially that really long-ass response he put to me on YouTube.
Response.
It was paragraphs and paragraphs, but it's
come on, just an hour, maybe even half an hour. That's all we want. And so thirsty, just so thirsty. Come on, boy. How long video?
Well, he clearly cares about the topic. I mean, the way he even reacted on Twitter was totally uncalled for. It clearly touches him emotionally.
Oh wait, hang on. He said, sorry to cut in, Richard. He said, I'm a professional content creator. I do make money. Then why don't you do it on your channel, Devon? You could get loads of money and shit.
Even if it's on my channel, you'd get a ton of viewers just from my channel coming to you.
Get all the vegans high-fiving each other.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And I am a much larger channel. I don't mean to brag or anything, but I am a larger channel, and you could get a lot more views and subs from that. So it just doesn't make any sense to make an over hour-long response that took you several hours to produce and then just not have a debate.
But yeah, there's people saying, oh, he's about the money, but you can make mad money from a debate, the super chat, put in loads of ads afterwards. It's a long video. You can make money from that, AIU. Come on. That can't be the reason.
Yeah, and Devon's saying, why do I have to do what you barking slappers want me to do? Well, you don't. The point is, what you're doing makes absolutely no sense, and you keep complaining about how we don't have arguments or anything, but then you refuse to actually have any kind of discourse. So
Yeah, it's just like you're in the chat. You're in the chat now.
You're spending time. Come on.
I think right now, if even your fans just pretty much universally recognize that you don't have an argument and your claims are being debunked. So I just don't get what you're doing here now. Like, you're refusing to actually have a debate. Like, it's obvious why. You don't have an argument.
Because the arguments you've given to not debating are the money thing and not caring. But I would say you care. And I would say that you could make some money. I'm smelling some money for you. I can smell it. Just take it, man. Just take it. Half an hour, 2 hours. Think of the ad rolls, man. Think of the mid rolls. It would be sweet. Do it. Come on. Come in here.
You can have the debate up on your channel too, and then advertise that. It's clear what he's doing. Like, he doesn't have an argument, and he knows he looks stupid, so he's just trying to troll and play it off like, haha, I was just joking. Or something,
now he's
not taking it seriously.
Now he's saying he cares about laughing with his friends. Okay, you can laugh with your friends at how stupid we are when you wreck us. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on,
that's right.
wreck me. I'm thirsty for you. Come on.
Well, you know what, too? I offered to debate Devin on firearms, and he still refused. And I know for a fact firearms is a topic that Devin actually cares about, and he just had a debate on firearms with someone else. So I don't know what the excuse there would be.
It just seems like the avoidance is getting more and more dense as this talk goes on. Goodness gracious. Oh,
they're just laughing at us because we're just apparently so funny. Maybe it's our faces. I'm sorry. I'll turn off the screen if it's offensive. Just let me know. Come on. It would be so funny for your fans, your friends, if you destroyed us. Like, just think of it. Like, the vegans getting wrecked by Devin. It'd be so funny and beautiful. Do it. Come on.
I think the only sort of real argument he's got or has been using is just that he's trying to say that we are straw manning him for some reason, because he's, like I said earlier, he's saying that he's not pro-animal abuse, that he's on our side. I think that's the only kind of argument he's got, really. That's the sort of core of his argument. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But obviously that is not the case.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point where it's kind of sad and pathetic what Devin's doing. Like, I don't know, it seems like he's going a little insane with what's happening. It just doesn't seem like a normal kind of reaction. Like initially on Twitter, he just freaked out, started swearing. Like, that, even for him, that was really fucking weird. And then afterwards, just the over hour-long video of nothing but bullshit. Like, it's just whining personal insults. And then now all he can do is just troll us for no reason, even though he apparently doesn't care about the topic and he's only interested in making money. Like, you're wasting more of your time in here trolling and you're only interested in money. Like, it's gotten to a level where it's actually sad and pathetic.
There's two comments.
Yeah, like Ask Yourself said,
I was just about to say, you go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, he just said, surely he could correct those straw mans live in an intellectually honest, an intellectually honest conversation.
AIU's got a question for you, Banana. Banana Chick, let me ask you a question. Do you think it's a straw man to say that I'm in favor of abusing animals? So I think that's maybe what he means by straw manning. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like I said at the beginning of this stream, like, if you're going to say that killing is not abuse, then you need to, that seems very weird to me. Like, can you explain that? Because if you're saying it's not abuse, then you've got to describe, like, how is it different if you're killing like a human or a dog in the same way? Then would that be abuse? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is it the same thing? But if it's
from my perspective, like, I think it matters a lot more what people do than what they say. I mean, if you're going to say that you care about saving animal lives, stopping them from being abused, if you say that, but then your actions directly contradict those statements, I think the way you live and behave says a lot more about your real beliefs and intentions than what you're saying. So if you're going to eat meat, even if it's only occasionally, then you are in support of animal abuse. You can say whatever you want and say, "Oh no, I'm against it," but like really, your actions say a lot more about you and your real beliefs and intentions than what you're just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're trying to say that you are, especially if you're paying lip service to veganism. Do you know what I mean? If you're saying you're on our side, you think it's morally superior, you don't agree with animal abuse on the one hand, but then on the other hand, you're saying killing animals for food is not abuse. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's directly contradictory.
Yeah. So that's what, you know, like I don't know, like if I'm pointing that out and that's, if you feel defensive about that, that's fine, but it's a bit like over the top what you're doing now. Do you know what I mean? Like all these tweets and things and then this hour-long video. It's a bit dramatic.
Well, you know, most of the people I debate, like on some level, they kind of recognize that it's not an ideal situation to kill animals for food, even if it is like humanely raised and everything. Most people.
Yeah.
But Devin, like, very clearly has the position that animal abuse is absolutely fucking horrible. It's terrible. But he is fine with killing these animals. So I just like to ask Devin, like, how do you make the, like, how do you separate the two where, you know, like, torturing them is bad, but killing them isn't bad? It's just a little odd. Like, no one ever takes that stance with humans where, oh, Hitler, you know, torturing the Jews, that was bad, but him killing the Jews, that wasn't bad. Nobody ever takes that stance in a human context, so I don't understand the reasoning behind that in non-human animal context.
I don't talk to mixed breeds, says AIU. I'm pretty sure there's some vegans who aren't mixed breeds.
I don't think Isaac is mixed breed, at least not technically.
What? Is he trying to, is this like a, what?
He's just trolling.
So, yeah, Atheism is Unstoppable said, hold on, guys, let's take a moment to acknowledge how awesome and moral you guys are. Job well done. See, this has a lot of, like, deep-rooted implications, as if we're just sitting here moral grandstanding. We're calling you out. We want to hear what exactly you have that's substantiated by actual arguments. Like, do you actually have any arguments that you want to substantiate? That's where we're at.
He just wrote something interesting too. He said killing humans is worse than killing animals. For the most part, I sort of agree with that, but I mean, humans have actual moral agency, and you can find a lot of people who do things they know are terribly wrong, but they do it anyway. Like, I mean, there's rapists, pedophiles, serial killers. Like, would you say it's worse to kill a pedophile rapist than it is to, like, kill a dog or a cow or a chicken?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on some level, you kind of have to recognize that it is actually kind of worse to kill an animal than it is to kill a human. At least in some circumstances, on some level. It's sort of like you're killing just a child that just doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
So, like, in a societal context versus, like, at a baseline? Like, if we were to say, like, okay, we're generalizing to the rule that we just have an average human. Just,
yeah.
You know, right? But then we have just, like, the average animal. So I guess maybe he would try to have a little bit of contention there. Like, okay, we have a human at a baseline and we have an animal at a baseline. Are they both at equal value? I think he would try to strike you there. I don't know. I don't have to.
Well, I'd agree with that point, but I mean, still,
yeah, but you're making a damn good point.
Recognize. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on some level, you can kind of see that it is actually a bit more cruel to just kill an animal. It's, I don't know, it's sort of like people who just torture insects. It's like they're just so helpless and it's just so meaningless to do it.
It's kind of like also animals, they can't sort of, they can't really, because of the fact they can't rationalize like humans can, as much as humans can. It's kind of worse because they don't actually know what's going on and they can't sort of rationalize and internalize what's going on. And do you know what I mean? So like by sending these innocent animals to slaughterhouses, and they don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't know what's, you know, what they're thinking. We're never going to understand what animals are thinking, but it seems like more of a portrayal to me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's because they're completely innocent. That they're kind of, I'm not saying they're equivalent to children, but they are innocent like children because they don't know, you know, they can't rationalize as much. You know what I mean? So
The thing is, just
well, it's
'cause-
up to us as moral agents. But go ahead, Ellie.
I was just going to say, just because something's worse than another thing doesn't necessarily mean the other thing's not bad or wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Right.
I can't tell if trolling or not. Like I'm just addressing the chat. Maybe you're all trolling. I don't know. But like, do they really think fish are brain dead?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know whether he's trolling, whether he's being serious or not. That's why I just want to talk to this. That's why I need to talk to Devon, because like I just don't know whether he's being serious or not.
Well,
Yeah, like you said, it's worse to kill animals than humans, huh? It's like,
yeah, like, yeah,
Well,
thank you for
context.
taking everything I said totally out of context, Devin. I mean, this is the only game you can play. Yeah, so I think we've proven that Devin is a dishonest pussy who just refuses to have a debate because he knows he's being debunked, and he knows if he goes into a live debate with anyone, he'd look like an even bigger idiot.
Yeah, because all the reasons he's given for not debating, like, could easily be solved just by debating. Like, you said it's you're having fun with your friends, laughing. They would have a really good time in the chat. Just imagine it, Devin, in your stream where you're making loads of money with your content. Everyone's laughing because the vegans are so stupid, and you're having a great time. Come on. And yes, I need protein. Thank you, Silent Bruce. I'm being attacked in the chat. Maybe if we ate meat, we could take all these comments a little better. Maybe a steak would stop us from being triggered. I'm sensing that this is what. Ellie, are your nipples pierced? No, they're not. No. Do I look like the sort of person who would have pierced nipples?
You've got a pierced nose, so
I do have a pierced nose.
slippery slope.
Anything could happen. Slippery.
Slippery slope.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop.
Guys, I have to get going now, but it was good.
No
Doing
worries,
the
Richard.
stream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
All right,
See
take
you,
care.
bye.
Take care.
See you
Have a
later.
good day, mate.
She's wet now. A little. I'm so. Well, oh, damn it. But don't worry, princess. I'm so sorry. First and last time I'm legitimately invited to a stream. Ooh.
No, it's good you helped me out because I had no idea how to. I'm not very. My channel is really eclectic. It really, really is. I just try and do like loads of different things. I'm basically the whole sort of the main sort of part of my channel is that I do street interviews, and I am basically a vegan activist. So I volunteer for an organisation called Anonymous for the Voiceless. We do the Cube of Truth, which is basically where we wear the Viva Vendetta masks out in public. We stand in a cube position with footage. We have like laptops and TV screens showing current, recent, and local footage. Basically, if Devon's still in the chat, because it was quite funny what he said in his video about the animal. Oh, don't want to see this animal cruelty on this, you know, like because Isaac plays it on his videos, and he was responding to his video. And I don't know if he realizes, but that is just standard. What he was showing there, what Isaac was showing, the footage was just standard practice. So that's like the free range, that's the organic meat, everything like that. So if you want to say that this, you know, this is animal cruelty, then well, that's what you're supporting. That's what you're supporting when every time when you buy these products, you know. So that's what I do. I'm out there. I'm just out there talking to real people, like one-on-one, in the streets, and I'm not doing it in the way that I'm doing it on Twitter. It's very different talking to someone online than it is face to face. It's just basically asking them questions about their own belief system and then building on their own belief system, which is obviously going to lead them to veganism in the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I do Anonymous for the Voiceless.
That's what yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm cutting it all the time.
No. Just because I just don't know, because I don't know if Devon is in the chat. That's just to give you some context about who I am, because I don't know if you. Well, clearly you don't I probably didn't know who I was before because you thought I was some fat cunt or something. She'll be a bitch. So there you go. Just give you a bit of context.
Cheese thighs.
Oh my god.
So
right, like, hang on, I'm being addressed in the chat. Is Ellie in the closet? No, I'm very much out. Come on, look at me. She needs a burger. I mean, I've got one in my freezer. It's vegan. Sorry, Ellie, are you single? Yes.
Atheism is unstoppable was reduced to absurdity the moment that Banana Warrior Princess got up and showed her thighs.
oh yeah.
Decimated.
I need a better chair. This is so
Mangled.
uncomfortable. I can't sit properly.
It's not a closet, it's a room. It's a room, man. Look at this. It's a room. It's not a closet. Right. Look, debunked. I'm just debunking you over and over again, AIU. You say I'm in like a closet. I'm not. You say vegans are like whatever. I'm not. You assert I have a nipple piercing. I don't. God damn it. But no, I was going to say, I do anonymous for the voiceless. And I realized because they screened Land of Hope and Glory, Earthling Ed came to Edinburgh and I was watching it for the first time properly. And I realized that my footage was in it because I used to go into farms and film. And I can assure you when you go in and there's like red tractor certified and it says like the numbers. And I remember going in the farm that was on this that he showed, and it was like a corpse. Must have been like maybe a week old. It should have been picked up. And this was a red tractor certified. That's the best you can get. And I think these guys supplied Tesco. I think it was a supermarket. So I've seen it with my own eyes. These things are standard practice, even when they're certified as the best.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying gay.
These words mean nothing. Like free range red tractor, RSPCA approved. It's just all words to make us feel better about our choices. Because obviously, if people actually fundamentally knew what goes on in the industry, they'd question whether they want to partake in that or not. You know, I think most people wouldn't want to participate in that if they knew what was actually happening. And
yeah, well, isn't there like a welfare or animal welfare rating system now in some places where it's basically saying like, oh yeah, we have reduced the suffering of these animal lives by, you know, these metrics, and obviously we have all these labels to, you know, we have all these euphemisms to mask the reality of what we're seeing in the grocery store. You know, the meat on, you know, the meat has all these labels and shenanigans, you know, masking the reality.
Yeah, I mean, it's an empire. Like the meat and the dairy industry is an empire. They've got control of everything because they've got all the money, they've got all the power. Like they can make something seem like it's humane and ethical. Do you know what I mean? By the way they dress it up and all little neat packages and the words they use to describe it on the packaging, like free range and everything like that, to make you just buy into this kind of fairy tale.
Yeah, very interesting. And it just keeps stacking on. It's like even grass-fed. It's like there's this loaded notion of what that means. It's like,
or even like 100% British. That's the thing, like 100% British. Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Or Australian trim or whatever. Yeah. Or Australian cut or whatever it's called. Yeah, totally. And I think this makes 3 of us who are an anonymous for the voiceless.
Okay, IU wants to see my shoulder tap.
Oh.
There we go. It's a lighthouse. It says there is a light that never goes out. Are you gonna critique my tattoo now? I got it before I was vegan. If that makes a difference.
He said, Ellie, top or bottom? What do you think, darling? What do you think? Take a guess. Oh, he's trolling hard, man. Banana is my what? Apparently, I have a dildo. Are you seeing a dildo in the background? Are you seeing a dildo in the background of my?
Yeah, I've got one here.
Devin is just jealous because
it's actually a GoPro thing.
Maybe this is the closest thing I could have to a dildo, but I'm sorry, guys, I'm not doing that. I'm afraid. Look at that. Where do you want me to?
Oh my god.
Where do you want me to stick that?
I have a lot of phallic things in my room. Here, let
You
me
would,
let me
wouldn't you?
show you one of them. You have this camera here.
This is pretty phallic. Look at that. I reckon I could shove that up. If I thought about atheism is unstoppable enough, maybe I could fit it in. You know? Maybe. Give it a squeeze.
Right.
Maybe we could convert you, Ellie. Back to...
Yeah, I'm gonna eat meat now, and atheism is unstoppable has changed me.
If you're brave enough, anything's a dildo. Okay. Anyway,
Bananas?
I hate to degenerate the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Devin is just jealous because Nick has hair on his head.
Someone asked if your tattoo was done with vegan ink.
Yes, yes, it was.
Most inks are vegan now. I was talking to a tattoo artist, and he was saying how they're all like switching over to vegan ink because like so many. I don't know.
It mainly is. It's like it's really hard to come by non-vegan inks these days. And when I got this tattoo done, the actual my tattoo artist was actually vegan. This is before I was vegan. So yeah, and she told me that all the inks were vegan back then. So yeah,
I actually think AIU may have a point here.
Nick, do you have pubes yet?
You have pubes yet? Mm.
I actually think he would refute that point right there because I just shaved. Feels bad, man. Okay, you debunked me. That's the only argument you got. Okay.
Never gonna shave again.
Feels bad, man. Nick, you a virgin? Ask my girlfriend.
Lamau, she'll say yes.
She'll say yes. Memory is
are you guys having a fun time in the chat? Like, I know vegans were all.
I think this is fun. Yeah.
Like, I know we're like shit, and we're just kind of like eating a steak, but you love it. Come on, and you should come in here. Atheism is unstoppable. Come on, don't be cheeky.
Yeah, come.
Yeah,
if you want me to top you, get in here. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it for the vegan. I'll do it.
Are you afraid to have a girl vegan dominate you?
Look, I'll dom you. It's fine. If that's what you want. So is everyone in veganism gay? I mean, I'm the only one gay here, am I? Are you guys?
I'm a little bit
gay. Tiny bit gay. We all have a tiny bit of gay in us, and if you don't, I will be there soon. Okay, I'll be there soon. Ellie has been the most convincing. I've been the biggest troll. What are you talking about? Please debate Joe Live Life. Who the fuck is? Do you know who he is?
Who?
Joe Live Life.
No, I don't.
Gay.
Joe Live Life. Is he a channel?
Mark, vegan ink is not rare. That is fundamentally not true. It's becoming even more common. Like loads of tattoo artists. My tattoo artist was vegetarian. The other lady was vegan. No, there were three. Yeah. No, 2 vegetarians in there and 1 vegan, and they all used like the only thing that struggles to be vegan is usually they use Vaseline, which isn't vegan. So you just have to use an alternative to Vaseline, which you can get from like Superdrug, and it's the same thing. Petroleum jelly. Come on, it's not Mark. Come on, don't be sassy. Come on. I'm sorry if you wanted this to be serious because I can't do that. You've seen my channel. Like this is your fault. You've seen it.
This is good.
You know what was going to happen.
Yeah. It's all
debate. Why is everyone saying debate Joe Live Life? Who the fuck is he? I don't know.
Joe Live Life. I looked up Joe Live Life and all I got was Live Life 8072.
I don't know.
He's
send him
like
my way.
What about the is it the Benny guy that Devon he was commenting on his tweets and that Benny Carness guy that this is my best Carness debater. He throws it.
Well, he was in here earlier. Yeah, Alf Benny.
Alf, that was it. Yeah.
ALF Benny BENNY.
He said I could chat to him again, but I don't know if he's going to charge this time. So if you could clarify, Alf, I'll do it for free. Are you guys on the right side of history? Atheism says. I know you're trolling, but like if you really think about it, I think we are. Like really think about it. When there are trillions.
Is the future vegan? Yes or no?
I don't believe it's fully vegan. I believe it will be the other way around. Yeah, where you'll have the majority vegan and I know you're trolling, right? But if you think about it, literally try and comprehend trillions of animals, AIU, trillion of anything. That is you can't even fathom it, right? And those are how many beings are being killed at our expense, maybe indirectly. Maybe we kill them, like, say, for example, the badgers in the UK. We kill them because of the cattle that we look after, okay? We are killing immeasurable numbers. And I think to avoid doing that as much as possible is the right side of history.
Yeah. I would say. I mean, I wouldn't say in all respects. Like, obviously, I can live more of a virtuous life. I could donate to charities. I could, reuse, certain materials like glass, and I could use biodegradable type
Zero
resources,
waste,
get
all that
solar
kind of
panels, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
like I would say in this topic, we're on the right side of history. You are not. I think we've really reduced your positions to absurdity. If you want to qualify why exactly we've strawmanned you or whatever, you're welcome to hit on that. You can join us in live if you want. I'm probably going to give the stream like 5 more minutes. I have some philosophy homework I need to get to, but yeah, this has been really fun thus far. I'm happy to chill in here a little bit longer.
Yeah,
By the way, guys, T-Cat wants to join. Can T-Cat join? I could give him the link right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
T-Cat, I'm coming for you, boy. And someone said, Ellie wants you, AIU, just spit and go in. Mate, come on, spit, right, and get in here, okay? You can do that, right? Right?
Yeah. And Devon, like, he's saying, like, headstand now, banana go, and I'm not like your clown. You can't just boss me around. I'm not going to do whatever you say. I'm sorry.
I will be the clown for veganism. I'll do it. Yeah. I'll do whatever it takes. Thirsty. Right, I'm gonna get T-Cat. I am thirsty, right? I'm gonna do it for the animals. For the animals. Everything's for the animals. Everything's for the animals. Right. There's no other problem in the world. It's just veganism.
That's exactly my veins of veganism.
That's exactly, that's the truth.
You're talking about philosophy.
I don't want to talk about other issues because I'm vegan. Right, okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I don't know how far we want to go with this.
I'm gonna go all the
We're going all the way.
This train goes, oh God, I'm so sorry. I told my therapist I'd never let it go this bad again, but it did. Someone said autism. Probably, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised.
What is Nick's YouTube name? Nick Kazmarek? Kazmarek?
Yeah, it's. I was quite hard to find your channel, Nick. When you search for it.
You can type NK Kazmarek. Usually that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, NK Kazmarek.
I'll link it in the description.
Sure.
Once the live stream is over, so people can check you out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Looks like I got a couple more minutes here, but yeah, you guys should definitely let on T-Cat.
Yeah, I've sent him the link. T-Cat.
Yes,
thank you. Yeah, I can't do it because
get in here. We only care about veganism.
That's my life.
Someone says stop smoking weed. I don't smoke weed specifically for this reason. Because if I were on drugs, if I were on drugs, no. For the safety. See, I'm a vegan, so I care about well-being. So for the safety of everyone, I'm not going to take drugs. Debunked.
For the safety of everyone else.
Me on shrooms. No, thank you. Sorry, no. How much money? Silent Shadows, I didn't spend money on uni. I got grants because I'm poor. Okay. So, a philosophy
Ellie
degree
looks
would
like Ara Stark without the Scottish accent, says AI.
That's probably someone really ugly, isn't it? I'm going to be really upset if I look, aren't I?
What if she's just like, damn.
What if she's fucking nice? What if she has some real big tits? And I'm like,
is somebody actually
like low-key a compliment.
Somebody's actually asked the question, are there vegan weed? Since when is weed not vegan?
No, because plants have feelings. Okay, so.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah.
God. Oh, she is cute. She's from Game of Thrones, isn't it? Oh, Elamau. Thanks, babes. Kind of.
Plant lives matter too.
Plant lives do matter.
Plant live activists. Yeah, guys, I'm actually a low-key plant live activist. You know, because recently I got debunked in this stream, and yeah, apparently plants have feelings because they respond to stimuli. So, you know, I just think it's about time that we hit the streets, people, and start a revolution.
Hang on, to be honest, trolling aside, aren't vegans more like plant rights activists because we would consume less plants because we feed so many to the animals and deforest so much land for the animals? Like, come on, we're still even then.
You know who's unstoppable?
Veganism. Veganism is unstoppable.
That too.
Nuts. These fucking nuts are unstoppable. Come on, how are you?
These fucking nuts are unstoppable.
These nuts. Come on. Clean your room. Look, it's my aesthetic. Please stop
Clean your
making fun of
room.
Who are you, my mother? Channeling JP here. You do you mean? Oh no, I got confused. I thought JF for a second. I was about to get my Frenchie on. Oh damn it, that would have been good. What?
All right, I'm gonna dip out. I am tired and need to study, y'all.
Hang on, T-Cat. I've sent you the link over Discord. You little shit. Get in here right now. Come on.
Get him in. Yeah.
Get in right now. I've sent it over there.
Allow us to lure you.
We'll go for another like 15-20 minutes, and then
we're gonna do this. No, we're gonna do this until AIU gets it.
All right.
I'm obsessed. I'm a vegan and I'm obsessed with AIU. Please, I'm thirsty. Please, come here. They are all single. Like, that's not fair. I recently became single, right? I did have a girlfriend. I am capable. So you marrying, bro? Don't be funny with me, okay? Don't give me the shit.
All right, I'm dipping out. I'll see you guys later.
Bye,
Nick. You take care.
Bye. Yeah, I enjoyed the stream.
It's fun talking to you.
Yeah, nice talking to you too.
We'll do it again soon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Sent it to you, Tika. I'm not even lying, bro. Do I have you on anything else? Like, follow me on Twitter, Tika. Right, we'll do it from there. Come on. Get there. He is a troll as well, so we would have a real nice time. Come on. Hashtag phlegm face for next rave MC. Thank you. It's not a good idea. Bye, Nick. Sorry, but not.
Like, Annie, to go ahead and tell people like about your channel and stuff because.
Oh, nobody wants to watch that, please. Don't watch
No, it's cool.
Go on then. Go on.
Well, tell the audience like about your channel and stuff.
Oh god. Oh, this is embarrassing. So my YouTube channel, I'm the Fled Face. I do vegan content because that's literally all I care about. Like, I can't care about anything else. Like, veganism is just like my blood. I just try and put like a comedic aspect on it because nobody wants to hear about animals dying, you know? So I would have benefited from entertainment in veganism, and I think it's lacking. So I was like, right, I'm just gonna try and be funny, and just self-deprecate for the lads. That's what I do with my channel. I do veganism, and try and be. Is that a light bulb? It's a butt plug for you, atheism. Come here. I'll insert it. Come here. Like, we could do this. You're not very funny, but you're cool. Thank you. Some people, my mum finds me funny. One of my neighbors found me funny. I just
one time,
she laughed. She did. Maybe it was at me, but some people find me funny. Okay, link me through Twitter. Okay, T-Cat, I'm coming for you.
And also, I'd like to know. I've got a question for Devon. Like, because in your video, you kind of alluded to the fact that showing slaughterhouse footage isn't effective. You said that we kind of alluded to like, the fact that the world isn't going to go vegan anytime soon and stuff like this. I was just wondering, like, in your non-vegan perspective, what would be the best way for us to advocate for veganism then? Like, what would you suggest?
Yeah, because we can't just like
interesting to find
shut up about it. Like it's something that we're passionate about. We're not harming people.
Yeah.
So what is acceptable?
Yeah, and if we're doing it wrong, then why are so many people going vegan now? I mean, at the beginning of the year, there was, what was it, 150,000 people did Veganuary for the month of January. And I think something like, I can't remember what these statistics were, but it's a really high proportion of that figure have actually stayed vegan now. So you've got that, and you've got, well, the Anonymous to the Voiceless conversions as well. So just to give you a bit of background about Anonymous and Voiceless and what we do, each time we have a conversation with people in the street about veganism and they take it seriously, we give them a card with some links and some information on the back. And on the back of that card is a link to something called Challenge 22. And if you go to challenge22.com, you can actually sign up to do a vegan challenge for 22 days, and you get a full mentorship. You get somebody to help you for 22 days, basically help and coach you through, answer any questions that you've got, tell you about nutrition, health, if that's what you're worried about, and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, just in Norwich alone, where I'm from in the UK, we do it like every couple of weeks, and we get on average between we call it conversions. It's just basically where you have the person you've spoken to is actually taking veganism seriously. Is going to go away and think about it and research it seriously. On average, between like 40 to anywhere between 40 to 100 conversations in one day, where people have actually taken the cards and they're going to go away and think about it. So it's not like it's not happening, and more people are going vegan every day. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got all these statistics to back it up now. So having said that, and I mean that's the style of advocacy that I put into practice. So I mean, are you saying that's not effective? Are we doing it wrong? I'd like to know your thoughts.
He said, "You think it's going well for vegans? Then why are you all so mad?" Right? Do I look fucking mad to you?
I mean, we're all a little bit mad. We are all a bit mad, but I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it. Like, I think it's everyone else that's, you know, like, if you can't accept your madness, then you're going to struggle in life. You know what I mean? So if you just accept it and just get on with it, and nobody's getting harmed, then, you know.
Well,
obviously, a lot of people are going to get triggered by me, but
yeah,
you know, if you're adult, then welcome back, Nick.
Yeah, I realize that I actually do have a little bit more of a window here to chit chat. But yeah, no, I think most people with Anonymous for the Voiceless actually use the Socratic method. Okay. Like, they're very cooperative in argumentation.
Well, he's actually put Devin's actually put here, more meat eaters are born every day, so that's his response to.
I mean, the population is rising, and the population is rising, and I think more meat is being consumed than ever. But at the same time, there are more vegans than ever. Like, it's like an innovation curve. This is a very unpopular fringe thing that people don't take seriously.
Well, this is the thing. Like, this is the thing that the double standards, Devon. Because when you on your Andy Warski live stream the other day, you were going on about like guns and stuff. You said, "Oh, we're never going to stop murder, so we might as well not try." That was your argument towards this other dude that you were arguing against. It's like the same with veganism. Like, are you saying, "Oh, so like more meat eaters are being born every day, so therefore we should bother"? It's like an appeal to futility. Do you know what I'm saying? But in the one context, you're using that argument, but in veganism, you're just like saying, "No, that's rubbish. Like, what's the point? Because more meat eaters are being born every day." Like, what?
And Mark, it's not 1% anymore. They estimated 7% in the UK of vegans. Like, we're a big boy. We're getting there. And yeah, well done.
I don't know. That's not a conservative figure though. That's 7%. Like, I don't actually believe that's true.
I didn't take a survey.
No. Yeah.
But maybe I think it maybe would be more than 1% though.
But it's like it's like saying like, oh, I'm not going to go vegan because no one else will go vegan, or not enough. It won't happen quickly enough. So therefore, I'm not going to go vegan. It's like, well, if you go vegan, you're saying like no one else. You're not saying that no one else is ever going to go vegan ever again, are you? Like,
Mark, chill, bro. Don't caps lock me. Don't caps lock me. You can't take it.
Yeah, I mean, that seems a bit ridiculous. Like obviously, obviously us as like, let's say, vegan parents are going to try to, get our children to maintain being vegan. I think there's a good argument for like antinatalism. And I actually know of a lot of vegans who are antinatalists. So I don't know. That's kind of where the conversation might lead, but yeah.
What percentage will make you happy on your deathbed, guys? So like when you're dying and like your last words are like, name the trait. Like, what are you gonna be happy with? Is it total world domination? Like
total world domination.
Total world domination. What can I say? I'm a top. I want the domination. Okay, that's what I want. I want the vegan world. I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? Like, I'm just.
We're building the vegan ethno state. It's gonna happen.
I don't know if you know what this means, AIU, but I'm being honest. Like, you might like just Google the word honest. It's like, where you're like telling the truth about things. Because you be trolling all the time. And my pop filter. Ellie equals massive pegger. Shit.
I don't think we're going to get any like proper engaging responses back.
Yeah, it seems like we've reduced him to absurdity and he just has no argument whatsoever. So.
Again.
So,
Name something about you that isn't the most moral thing. What do you mean things that we do that's not very moral? Ask everyone I've slept with. Every single one of them. That's a lot of people. 3.5 million people in the UK are vegan. But like, I never got surveyed for this. So like, how do they?
Yeah, how do
I count? But yeah.
No, but the thing is that could mean people could say that they're vegan. They do it like they eat vegan food twice a week. Do you know what I mean? Like, how do they? I'd like to know how they'd done that survey.
Yeah, like
how accurate it is, because some people think vegan is including eggs in your diet now and again. Do you know what I mean? Or
there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things AIU that like I personally do that I could do better, and I'm trying to do better. Like for example, with waste, I could purchase things that aren't lined in plastic. I could get like if I go and get fruit or something, I could get the fruits that are just like naked instead of just buying them in a packet because I'm being lazy. I could cycle instead of taking the bus. I take the bus sometimes instead of cycling. Like there are a lot of things I do, and sometimes I'm really mean to people. Like there's a lot of ways you could be shit, and you've just got to try and improve yourself for the benefit of yourself and others. Like we're not perfect, and nobody said that. And if they did, they're stupid. Like, but no, are you guys asserting you're perfect?
No, but I mean, I think
no.
I think that veganism is like the least we can do. It's like kind of, I see it as like kind of a moral baseline because it's just an extension of human rights at the end of the day. Like if you are purchasing meat, you are saying I want the animal to be stabbed so that I can have a hamburger. And you're not and nowhere else are you like, there's like sweatshops and things like that, but we can't really, it's very difficult to not purchase those kinds of things, where it is really easy not to buy meat and dairy and eggs. Like it's really easy.
And I think the really important thing to focus on there is that it's not that we don't care about being more morally virtuous. I think there's something to be said about being more morally virtuous, such as we know that X amount of indirect harm will be caused from civilization, right? We know that there
like
are
being alive, we are causing suffering. Like every species being alive causes suffering to other species. There's no way of getting around that. Like living, you're causing suffering.
But then it's like separating that indirect suffering right there to the direct suffering that your food choices cause.
Yeah, and there's a very direct link between the two, between you buying.
Well, there's a causal link.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like So, and it's also like I think another thing to point out there to close off this point is the person who gets harmed is participating it willingly versus unwillingly. The animal is an unwilling participant versus the human as a willing participant. There is X amount of indirect suffering that will be caused as a participant in that contract, whatever that looks like. You know, I'm driving a car, I could run over a human. I'm crossing the street, I know I could get hit by a car. I'm in a train, it could crash.
Yeah,
statistical probability.
But we're willing to be part of that death statistic to drive cars. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just what we accept in that circumstance, and we're consistent with it. You know, we accept the probability, the statistical probability of being killed, you know, driving a car or entering in a plane. But it's not even that we think that, but it's like, but it's just separating the suffering. That's like just being totally simple, like separate the suffering. I mean, I don't know how deep he goes with this whole thing. It seems like he hasn't really differentiated the difference in suffering. And I just, yeah, I'm just still amazed that he's just resorting to ad hominems and deflections and projection. I think we've just officially, you know, taken this to its like end point of reducing this to absurdity. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think we're going to get any engagement.
Yeah, it seems thus far.
I
Nick's
just made a huge fucking mistake. I went over to Al Fetty's channel and I saw some comments about me, and they're very interesting, guys.
Sure.
Oh, where did it go? I saw Manu said she's into girls, guys. Sorry. Oh, where'd it go?
Nick's mustache is self-aware.
Does she have a cam on the floor aimed at where? Where? I don't know.
I can't do a headstand.
I can't do a headstand either. What the fuck? I cheat.
Well, I can against the wall, but
yeah, that's
I'm not going to do it. Don't want to do it. It's too late at night. I'll do it in the morning, all right?
All right. I'll do it when I feel like it, you little shite. Yeah, no, okay.
I'm definitely not taking a defeatist stance. Like, I'm open to being convinced. I don't think that AIU has good arguments on the table at the moment, and he just has unsubstantiated claims that he's not intellectually and honestly willing to engage with.
And that's also, I'm very willing to have my mind changed.
Yeah,
you know, like Crowder changed my mind. Like, if you want to go ahead and change my mind, turn me not into a vegan, then come with me with some argumentation, and I'll be happy to hear it.
Totally.
But then you are for veganism, but then you're not. Like, what? Which
right,
one
you're
is
for
it?
it, but you're not. Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm thinking of the meme where it's like the green light and the red. Yeah, exactly. Total mixed signals. It's like that one meme where it's like stop, go. It's like red light, green light at the same time.
Oh my god. I can't
Someone
deal
just
with
said
this.
I should do a handstand. I got you.
Oh, Nick's gonna do it.
I'm gonna make sure you guys can see it. Okay.
This is incredible.
Headstand for the lads.
Oh wow.
All right, show off. Chill out.
You need to scream or something, Nick, so that it'll come out bigger on the hangout.
Okay. Anywho,
that's pretty good.
They're not going to be happy until you do it naked. Good.
Yo.
All right, let's just read a few comments and then we'll start wrapping things up, I guess. I'm going to Liverpool in the morning. Going to catch a train, so I need some sleep fairly shortly. So
Maybe like I wonder if the guys in Alf Benny's thing would be up for like, come on, if you won't come to the vegans, could the vegans come to you? That is my question for you.
And you can continue on your channel afterwards, Ellie, if you wanted to.
Ellie, would you snog banana? Well, yeah, didn't you know like lesbians, like we just like fancy every single girl that we meet. So yeah, totally. Like that's exactly
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. So that's gonna happen. That's just how it works.
We've kind of got the same glasses as well.
We kind of
these are
oh
new.
my
Twinning
god,
super
it's
hard.
meant to be.
Yeah.
Are we twinning or are we soulmates? Oh my god.
Oh.
I'll do a handstand for $50.
Oh hey.
Oh my god, we're twinning so hard now.
How are you?
Wow, or we're tripleting.
Oh my
Oh my god.
I wish I had a green screen. I feel
Oh yeah,
like I'm
okay,
the only
cool.
one who hasn't got one.
Double green screen power.
T-Pat, you're
Dude.
finally here.
Nick,
How you
oh
doing?
hey, look at the fags in this
The fags, yeah, the vegan
The
fags.
fags.
All high-fiving each
the
other.
fags in the
Fags.
screen in this stream have green screens.
I'm
So
I'm the only fag here.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop trying to take my.
hey, you can't choose who is and is not a fag in this
I know what the
stream.
fuck I want, right? I don't know if you noticed. But
You can't self-diagnose yourself. You got to talk to the doctor.
Yeah, did
Doctor-
you know I'm
No,
vegan,
I can
so-
self-diagnose all I want. Doctors are just contributing to the ableist fucking thing. They say being fat is bad. They say being fat is unhealthy. Don't you know? Like this is part of the Jewish propaganda.
That is part of the Jewish propaganda, propagated by the Holy Lord Moloch.
Oh hell yeah, dude! Dude, like I love how it's just like Lebin style like logic when it's like trying to like hold on. No, yeah, it's like Lebin style logic when it's just trying to like debunk like certain aspects of veganism, like boar sausage
yeah,
though.
it's
Or
Lebin.
fucking,
Boar sausage. Yeah.
you don't want to meet him. Oh wait, he lives
No,
in the UK, huh?
Oh yeah. I love his voice. Listen
No,
to his
yeah, I
voice.
want him to read some
give-
short stories for me. But
So to give people context about who Lebens is.
yeah, absolutely do it.
Oh my god.
I always
Nick.
fall asleep.
No, I was talking to Nick, so because
Yeah.
do it.
Well, I'm sorry.
Give the people context on who Lebens is.
Oh, Oh, right. So Lebens is basically like a propagandist of like Jewish conspiracies, and so like basically he'll say like Moloch is like this force that like consumes people and like or this like a physical being. I can't tell if he was like saying it like a supernatural sense or like Moloch is actually a physical being. I never really got the like full impression there.
No, real and imaginary don't really matter in the context of Lebens.
Yeah, it's like they're both
they're one and the same. Like physical and metaphysical, there's not even a line. Like the line, it's like a spectrum basically. Like, and speaking of spectrums,
Oh,
spectrum.
spectrum.
I make harness presuppositionalist. I'd be interested to hear your presup argument there. We can break it down and refute it.
if he has like Destiny style like axioms of logic, then I don't know. Like,
yeah, I'd be interested.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I saw that discussion that he had with Ask Yourself the other day. That was really interesting. It's so weird.
Best vegan activist, Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love AIU's roast, dude. AIU's so good at roasting.
He really is, yeah.
Like, I love AIU for that. Like his little like banter at fucking Nick Fuentes in that stream was fucking hilarious.
Fuentes.
The Judeo-Christian values, fucking like he's stuck in the closet. So when he like eventually comes out, he'll shoot up like a mosque or something. So.
I just every time I hear Nick Fuentes' name, I just hear Destiny going Fuentes. You just run around Fuentes. Fuentes.
When Destiny's voice, it reminds me of that guy from Grandma's Boy, like JP or whatever. You guys remember that movie?
No, but I love Destiny. I just love him. He's just like such a fucking prick, and it's just like
He's
such a brilliant
a
way.
funny little man. I'll give him that.
He's a funny little short guy who's taller than me. Like fucking little gremlin. Little short guy. Can't see you down there, Destiny. Talk a little louder. Yeah, no, I don't understand.
I just love how he mixes things up. Like he always like approaches things like, "What's up, buddy?" And then he goes into like. It's like, yeah, baby, yeah. You know, just like the way that he just like kind of sneaks things in there, and he says things so nonchalantly and just hilariously. It's I love it. Yeah. But what's this video? Yeah, you put out for Nick Fuentes. Oh, it's a debate?
No, it was on the Warski Blood Sports.
The Warski Blood Sports. Oh, I went on the Blood Sports the other day. That was fun.
Well, you weren't on. You were with that was like Darren's stream, right?
No, there was Ann Capistan. I was on his stream.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Is that like, is his name ironic or is he actually like an ANCAP?
I'm pretty sure he's an ANCAP. Yeah. Deontological
ANCAPs.
Someone's tapping on their mic. R.I.P.
That's me.
R.I.P. in peace is R.I.P. in peace. R.I.P.
It's always fun to debate like the alt-right kind of arguments where it's like these are the qualities that I want to use for in-group status. It's like, okay, like intelligence. It's like, okay, well, we have someone that doesn't meet that in-group status. It's like, okay, well, now it's a group.
Reciprocity. Yeah, that one.
Well, like if I started an ethno state, I would like if I started an ethno state, I wouldn't be against letting some base niggers in there. Like, like,
bro, you gotta have that diversity.
Yeah, exactly. Like, like there's the white trash, and then there's the fucking. Someone's got to make the vegan chicken.
Bro, we gotta have diversity in the ethno state. Gotta have some different culture in there, you know.
Lesbians aren't allowed in the ethno state. So.
Okay, yeah. I'm not just gonna come in here to be a degenerate. Well, maybe I am. I feel like a lot of vegans. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for AIU, and I feel like a lot of vegans are just missing the whole like they just kind of have the rationalist delusion where it's like we obviously know that being vegan is a more moral thing to do, and they're like I don't know. I feel like we like sometimes like Devin said he's vegan like 5-6 days out of the week. You guys are probably gonna say I'm like cucking for him or whatever, but it's like I don't know. I feel like there needs to be more of like a middle ground between like vegans and non-vegans, because like not that much vegans are not a large percentage of the population. If we need to if we want to get more things done and organized as vegans, I think we need to not spurg the fuck out as much as some do.
That was really serious for too long. You need to talk about penis for a second. Like, are you TCAT?
Let me put that dick back in my ass.
Right, there we are. Thank you. Sorry, do continue. I remember.
I feel like we're kind of going in like a purity spiral, and I've been vegan for 2.5 years, but I feel like we would have a little more progress if we were to I don't know, just give a little more leeway. I don't really know how to word this, because it's I'm sure all of you have encountered people who they know the vegan arguments, they just won't go vegan 100%, and it's just well,
that's why you tell them to try the 22 day challenge.
I know.
Try it. You know, it's just 22 days. You know what I mean? It takes 21 days to form a new habit. So
well, it seems like I think I agree with the core of what TCAT's saying, because it's it seems like there's not a lot of people that want to develop friendships or kind of how would I say
when you pull a Nikocado avocado.
Yeah.
And say when you were vegan and be oh, I isolated everyone from my life because they weren't a vegan. I feel like Like that's the worst thing you can do, just like spurging out in like a vegan purity spiral. I don't think it's good for veganism. And I don't know.
I've got
in
lots of
the
friends.
same way, I feel like AIU is kind of playing the victim card. It's like, I'm being harassed online by vegans. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's just Twitter.
He's a grown up. He should be able to handle it.
Like, yeah, and we're all open in these spheres. Like, we talk to Carnus all the time that we're friends with, and it's not like Carnus, like, ooh, Carnus outgroup, like, fuck the outgroup. It's like we're not hiding in some collectivist framework. We're all open to like individuals and their ideas. Would you guys disagree with that? Like, do you think, like, yeah, do you guys disagree with that?
I feel like sometimes though we like you say that, but sometimes we don't like. Oh fuck! How do I want to say this?
Disagree with the other person's perspective?
It's like we aren't really hearing the person. We're not really hearing their perspective. We're just hearing their argument. If that makes sense, like it's like this is an appeal to nature. It's like or like
yes,
it's an extension. I don't know, like, and then like you have to realize like people have been meat eaters for like a long time. Like
I know where you're coming from. Yeah, you're saying like we're just kind of to save face, just reading off the arguments rather than actually listening to the person and understanding their perspective. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Like if a 50-year-old comes to you and says like, oh, like my mom, I bake cookies with milk and eggs every summer because like it reminds me of my mom and those times. Like, so they give you some nostalgia faggot, fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like eating those products really reminds them of like people they love, like a lot of emotional attachments in this whole human thing we got going on right now. And like animal products are a big part of the food, and food's a big part of culture and bonding with people. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know where this connection can happen, but like we can't just be we can't just be like a bunch of spurgs out here just fucking like name that trade. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
and you also don't want to cut out from like talking to them where they're at.
It's
like you guys are atheists. Yeah, I'm assuming we're all atheists here.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't label myself as anything, but
I would say
atheist.
agnostic.
No.
But
no, you guys are those kind of atheists.
I'm an atheist.
You guys know that agnosticism is not mutually exclusive to atheism, right? Like,
well, I'm open to
I don't know what agnostic means, so
metaphysically.
It's like you don't know if there's a God, but if you're an atheist, you have no belief in a God.
I'm not going to go over this, but okay, yeah. But it's like if you're I was kind of around during like atheism 1.0, like during the time on that YouTube thing. I was just a viewer. I never made content, but it's like there need like you're not going to convert like someone on the spot of atheism, like because like a Christian, for example, like they've been Christian their whole lives. It's partially part of their identity, and it's like well, like I don't. It's gonna be like we're at, like Nick. Were you in that Discord call the other day with that one guy who was a creationist, and I was going on about the Garden of Eden and relating that to veganism?
No, I wasn't.
Oh
what was your argument?
I despise Jordan Peterson for a lot of things, but I was like, oh, I'm a Jordan Peterson fanboy, and I was like, the Garden of Eden is metaphor for a pro-sum society. There's zero-sum societies like a pre-industrial civilization where it's like tit for tat. You have hunter-gatherers, and then when there's like societies, that's what the Western society is a metaphor for a pro-sum. And in a pro-sum society like the Garden of Eden, you didn't have to kill animals. Like Adam and Eve before the fall, they didn't have to kill animals. So we had abundance in the garden, and we have abundance in the West now. So we don't have to kill animals. And he was like actually buying that as an argument.
Yeah. Nice, dude. That deserves a fucking clap. Like,
oh, dude, it makes me feel like a sand nigger Muslim who's like they have to lie for their religion. I was just fucking with the dude,
kind of bending the rules to get the argument across. Yeah.
I was just fucking. At the end, I was like, I kind of told the dude I was bullshitting, but he was like, at first he actually bought the argument, which is pretty funny.
Well, that's the thing. I've spoken to many religious people about veganism, and obviously they've already got their sort of moral framework in place. because of their religion. So, I mean, when I talk to people, because I do, keep saying this, I do Anonymous with a Voiceless. I do a lot of talking to people one-on-one in the street, like complete strangers. And, you know, like you've just got to work with what you've got in front of you. So if their moral framework is like, thou shalt not kill, then that's the basis that you can get them to veganism. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah. But then they'll
I'm not going to start debating them on whether God is real or that kind of stuff. It's just
they'll be
no.
if they pull that out, they'll say, "Oh, humans are made in the image of God," and whatever the fuck that means. Like what? And then God gave us dominion over animals.
But it doesn't. The Bible doesn't mandate meat eating, and neither does Islam. If it's the Quran, you know, it doesn't.
Or halal slaughter.
It doesn't mandate anywhere in any religious text that you should eat meat.
Do you know what halal slaughter is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
apparently that's more ethical.
You know, vegan food is halal.
Apparently, yeah. I find it funny how. Yeah.
Bananas are halal.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Like the way that halal goes about. It's like, you know, I'm gonna say all these prayers. I'm just gonna kind of like put this sheep into submission and look at how gracefully it just is in my arms and how submissive it is, and it's so peaceful. You know, it doesn't even feel a thing when I fucking grab this cleaver and you know, like it's just so clean the way that I do that. It's like, oh man, it's well,
it's better than how they treat their women. So, you know, like I'd rather be a sheep. I'd rather be a sheep in Syria than a woman.
Have you guys covered the in anything the whole fish being brain dead thing? Because the harping on this.
There's a book by was it Jonathan Balcombs, I think his name is, and he's I mean, obviously this subject has been well researched for many years now. I mean, it used to be, people used to think that fish didn't have any sort of kind of intelligence, or that, you know, they've got short-term memories, all this kind of stuff. This has all been highly researched, and, you know, it's scientific consensus that Devin, fish do feel pain. And
Devin,
they do
I don't eat plants. I'm a breatharian, so I am the ultimate vegan here.
Oh, I've been told they don't actually think. Been told they don't actually think the fish are brain dead. So.
Well, I didn't think so. I thought it was just trolling.
Wait. Do any of you drive?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you drive a car with like gasoline?
Yeah.
What, you've got a mobile phone? You use a computer?
A dinosaur had to die for that gasoline.
Why aren't you just living with fire?
Veganism debunked.
Debunked, dog.
Wow,
why are you using electricity?
No, yeah, anarcho-primitivist. Like,
yeah, right. Dude, I have debated so many anarcho-primitivists. It's kind of unbelievable. Like my channel is laden with these primal dieters, and like the debates I've had are just absurd. It's ridiculous. But yeah, a lot of primal dieters, a lot of primitivists. Pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, the plants though thing is just
plants though.
People still use that argument.
Dude, Dr. Baxter. That sounds like a fucking Spider-Man.
Dr. Baxter. Oh, love him.
It's like like Oscorp. It's like it'd be like Oscorp's like rival like corporation or something, like Baxter Corporation. Like Oscorp and Baxter, like
right. They're both the same thing.
Could be out of like a Spider-Man movie,
yeah. Oh man, yeah. It's like the mad scientists that figured it all out. Baxter Corporation.
Well, just to be clear, you know, plants don't have a brain or central nervous system, so they don't have any mechanism to have a subjective experience. Therefore, you know, they can't feel pain. They don't feel. You know, they can react to stimulus. You could argue that they are intelligent, but they don't have a subjective experience. So, you know, we've got to eat something, otherwise we'll die. And is it more humane to let ourselves die out? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think he's just kind of trolling us with the whole plants thing. Like, yeah, I don't. Like, come on.
I
Like,
think he's having a
Yeah.
chuckle over there. I can't
It
hear
doesn't
them,
matter,
but I bet
because,
they're
like,
chuckling.
Some people
Yeah.
might be like watching this video thinking plants do actually have feelings, and that's a really good argument.
Mhm.
yeah,
Against
okay,
veganism, you
okay,
know,
good
so-
point. Like, if you're like on the spectrum, maybe. Like,
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like, you just have to make the separation between like plants responding to stimuli, much like my phone responds to stimuli, but
Yeah,
knowing
my
that
thermostat, or telling what the heat in there reacts to temperature.
yeah,
I would say like I would say a better way to break that down would be processing information, not so much reacting to stimuli. Like,
mhm.
like I don't know, like
Processing
Eating something,
information.
it's the same thing.
But there's no
but
central. Yeah.
No, yeah. Plants don't have a central nervous system or anything analogous to that. Like, at least like scallops and oysters, they have like nerve ganglia. They aren't like a kid. They aren't exactly like a central nervous system in a vertebra, but or like an animal with like a spine. But it's pretty analogous to like pain reception. So
I'm sorry. What exactly was analogous to?
it's a nerve ganglia, like in like a
Nerve
scallop, or it's like Gary Yoski talked about it quite a bit in one of his videos. It's not. It's like it's another one that's like it's one of his like not very popular ones. I can't remember what it was called, but
I'll have to look into that. That's interesting.
yeah. Like you'll always hear vegans say like err on the side of caution with oysters or scallops, but it's like no, well they have a nerve ganglia. Like
yeah, they also talk about like nociceptive capacity in certain bugs that don't have brains, because there are certain bugs that don't have brains. I don't know what that subset of bugs are called, but they have a nervous system and they have, they respond to heat and pressure. So
yeah. But whenever people talk about bugs though, or like they try to extrapolate that to like a big ass cow.
Yeah, I find that strange. Like that.
And it's like, oh yeah,
comparison.
like an ant might not feel pain, but like they'll like, oh, I can stab a cow though. Like what?
Yeah, it's a false analogy. Or yeah,
Whenever I hear false analogy, I always think about this video when he has Isaac. He's like false analogy.
False analogy. Yeah.
Dude, think about this. Needs to make more fucking content.
I
Fucking
know.
lazy Australian. Makes
He
one
does
like once.
fits and starts, doesn't he? Like he'll bring out 2 in a week and then nothing for like 6 months.
No, yeah, when
I'm
he
just like,
when
what?
he made
Just
the one on
got my hopes up so much.
when he made the one on Dillahunty, that was his longest video ever. But I was like, he made
I was
2
so
in a
happy when
week,
that
and
came out.
I think he was just like, oh, I'll make my videos for the year and I'll be done. Like
Yeah.
And then we'll just watch them
Nice
over and over and over
16-minute
again.
he said he's gonna make one again on he's eventually gonna respond to Isaac Butterfield. That fucking
That's what
autistic
people look
Australian dude who's just not funny at all.
Him. Yeah, he's not funny. No.
Oh. Maybe he's funny in like a meta humor kind of way, like his existence is funny. Like, but like I don't. But like him actually being funny is.
I gotta go to the loo.
24-year-old comedian.
I trust you to keep the stream alive.
Nah, I saw some of his stand up. Like, dude, not that good. Hit the open mic. Hit an open mic a little more, dog.
Yeah.
I don't think I could like. I attempt humor sometimes, but I don't think I could ever like go as far as to like get into comedy and then consider myself a comedian. I think it's a very weird state to be in, to be like, I am professionally funny. It's just
I think you become less funny when you say you're a professional comedian, because it's like there's some like seriousness like about that.
I know,
like
I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
I take my
Formality,
humor
if you will.
Yeah, it's like the catch-22 of it. Like,
Sure.
like the best stand-up comedians are the most informal ones. Like everything wrong with like those like certain like a comedian like Doug Stanhope. Everything wrong with him is what makes him funny. Like.
Right. Yeah.
Like
I love also comedians that make fun of themselves and like can take a joke and get like, just kind of get in that zone of kind of almost selflessness to the joke. It's like
Amy Schumer.
I do whatever I can to just make the. Yeah, but she's kind of.
I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know, but minus Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer is objectively not funny. I think that's.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's such a fucking
so
cow.
She's not funny. I don't think she's ever made me laugh once. And I tried to watch a lot of her content to be like, yeah, like I'd give her a shot.
I laughed when I saw a clip of her trying to roast a heckler and she couldn't, and I thought that was funny.
Was that the one where she like pulls them out and suck my clit or something like that?
She was just like, oh, what do you? She was just like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm like, whoa, that's like the best thing you can go to as a comic. Like, you're supposed to roast cucks on site, bitch. Like, and you can't even do that as a comedian. God, like, get out of here. Like,
it's a bad roast line. It's a pickup line. It's a bad line. Yeah, gutted. Absolutely gutted. Don't you need to go to bed, Banana?
Yeah, I need to actually dip out.
It's been a fun stream, yeah.
Banana never sleeps.
Great.
Bananas
It's
never
true, I
sleep.
don't. Yeah, I do not sleep.
I remember you were like when I had like under a few hundred subscribers. You were like one of my first You were one of my first few subscribers.
Oh, really?
From like 2 years ago, yeah.
Wow, that's a long time ago now. Yeah, I think
yeah.
I started putting out content. Yeah, like end of 2015, beginning of 16.
I started like a little later after that, so.
Yeah, I've had a good run so far.
I hopped on the BWP train probably 8 months ago.
I don't remember what happened.
Princess.
I don't remember what happened yesterday, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure when. Oh God! I need to sort out my memory problem. But it was some time ago. Yeah.
I'm a nutrient deficient vegan. I need to get some food in my body.
Maybe if I
all you soy boys,
fucking soy boys eating
all you soy
blocks
boy
of tofu a day.
I am. To be fair, I am such a soy boy.
Bigger muscles than the soy boys.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, dude, you're like you're way more jacked than Nick.
Yeah.
Hacking it. Yeah.
Stop making him feel insecure. He's gonna
cry.
Got me.
Oh man.
T-Cat's pretty jacked though, aren't you?
Nah, I'm a soy boy.
Do you even lift, bro?
Nah, I'm a cock. I'm a soy boy cocker.
But not on a game. What? I thought that said having a wank tonight. That says you
guys do when you guys take your vitamin D, it's a suppository, right?
Yeah. It's my
Okay,
favorite way.
Yeah.
Awesome, y'all.
Yo, Nick, have you ever been to Crossroads?
Have I ever been to? Sorry.
Have you ever been to Crossroads?
Crossroads. I think you've mentioned Crossroads, but no, that sounds. Isn't that the restaurant you were talking about?
It's an all vegan restaurant. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty good. They have the Impossible. They have the Mission Impossible burger.
Dude, I have not had the Impossible burger.
No, when you order it, Tom Cruise like comes to your table and he gives you a little dance. He does like a little dance for you, and he like screams.
Look this one up.
And he screams about Scientology. So
just comes in from the shadows, just like, hey, you. Do you want to learn about Scientology today? I'm going to present you with this Mission Impossible burger. Come with me. Just kind of like brings you into a weird little alleyway, converts you to Scientology. There you go.
Wait, guys.
Impossible burger.
I just saw the most profound comment in this entire stream.
Mm-hmm.
Get the vegan community to crowdfund a dildo for Ellie. This is all I've wanted in my life.
Well, if you're brave enough, anything's a dildo. Like, come on.
Nick already said that.
No, I said it because he was reading what I said in chat. Okay.
Damn it.
Like, don't you know? Like, I'm two step. I'm two step. I'm playing 4D chess when you fuckers are playing checkers. Like.
I see.
Oh yeah. An earlier question was like, AIU was asking if any of us were like perfect or moral or like I was perfect before I went vegan. And then I somehow transcended that like afterwards. So it's like,
hey, listen, I was born through in vitro fertilization, so I guess I could say I'm objectively perfect.
Objectively perfect. I'm just better than everyone.
I'm just better than everyone. I was the perfectly select sperm to make it to the egg. Feels good, man.
Is your mustache your 5 o'clock shadow? Like you shaved this morning and now it's just growing back that fast.
That's right. It's the 5 o'clock shadow. I get that special power from the in vitro. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
You can choose if you're gay or not.
What's that?
You can choose to be gay or not. Like that's
Yeah, I can just it just switches on and off if I want.
Okay.
If I want to be gay
So-
one day, I can
so
be
so
gay.
it's so Durian Rider was right. It's literally a choice.
It's literally a choice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Being
just
gay
social conditioning.
is a choice in the moment.
No,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
like
shit.
drinking water is a choice in the moment. You don't need water.
Drinking
you know,
water.
like,
It's a choice.
I don't need water. I don't need to have a hydrated body.
nah, it's just a choice in the moment. Like,
That's right.
yo, dude, have you guys seen Freely's channel lately?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that shit's
It's a bit weird,
hilarious.
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, weird is an understatement. This is like a fucking like case study for like.
She doesn't
I
talk
like
anymore,
that.
does she? She's just sort of. What does she do now? I haven't really watched it, but
Oh my
it
god.
looks kind of.
I'm gonna make a Where Are They Now on it.
beautiful, like the scenery and everything she's at. It's like
Oh, it's fucking amazing. But she's fucking just off the rails even more.
What's going on with Freely?
She lives like off the grid or some shit.
she's
Does she
living off the
have any
land,
reason for that, or
self-sustaining.
self-sustaining?
I make it sound like a bad thing.
Well, is she happy, or does she just
Probably.
seem?
I mean, she made all her money calling out, not even calling out, making like Spurg out videos in like 2014 and 2016.
Uh huh.
It was like the same
Yeah.
equation and it worked for her. So
Yeah, I got really disconnected from the drama pages
faggots.
quite quick. Yeah, I was just like,
Crafty
I'm gonna
UK
read some
said
of
we
these
need a
comments.
comedy.
I'm
We
gonna be
need a Comedy Central with Ellie and a banana. Oh wait, no, I thought. Wait, I thought. Do they mean you or do they mean a literal banana?
oh,
Oh,
Comedy Central's fucking dead. Like
It is dead.
yeah.
Kelly said,
unfortunately.
"Was this less boring
Sounds
earlier?"
true.
Don't be fucking rude, Kelly. Don't be fucking rude. Okay. But yeah, sorry. Read the comments. Sorry.
Okay, I'll read some of the comments. I mean, I've got Hummus Hero here, which is a great name, saying, Emma, I love you, heart, and Rebecca, Paul, and Gemma too. These are my friends from Norwich that they know about. It's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. We seem to all be on YouTube. We've got many vegans in Norwich on YouTube now. We've got Hedge Herbivore, we've got the Banana Warrior Princess. We've got a vegan sidekick who isn't on YouTube, but he's got an Instagram and Facebook.
isn't Josh out there?
Josh Randall.
Or
No.
VR, Vegan Revolution?
No, he doesn't live in Norwich.
I
No, we haven't got him.
thought he was out there. I thought Jack
out
said
there
something
somewhere.
about him being out there. So
He's not out here. He lives in the UK somewhere.
Hmm.
I don't know. See else. What else have we got here? I think it's raining tomorrow. Interesting. Maybe it is. I think the weather's going to be improving here soon. Next week, we might actually get a British summertime. Who knows?
oh, British isn't like a British summer like still colder than like a California winter?
Don't even talk to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
About fucking. I don't want to talk about weather. I don't want to fucking. I get very upset. I can't.
Is that
Oh,
why?
this is a good question.
Is that why you like British people just beat each other up in the streets every Saturday night? It's because of the weather.
It's right. You have a misjudgment of Britain. Okay, we do it every night. Okay, this is every night.
Yeah.
Every day, bro, with the fucking weather flow.
Oh my God, Flem. That went off the rails and killed 12 people.
Only 12?
Injuring
Oh.
19 were
19.
injured. Yeah, 19 were injured.
Like, honestly.
Why don't you like Jordan Peterson? Asks.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
Jordan Peter, he's the Deepak Chopra of Christianity. He is.
Yeah.
It depends what you mean by God. Like, Sam Harris did it best in the first podcast with him. He was like, Jordan, you're pretending as if this option of truth is just on the you would have to. Do you know who Rationality Rules is?
No.
Mm-mm.
Kind of,
You should.
maybe.
He has a really good
Check him out.
refutation of Jordan. He has 3 videos like refuting Jordan Peterson. They're really they're his most popular videos. He's in some of his video. He is a vegetarian. He doesn't have a defense for eating meat, and he says he's currently like transitioning or something, which is pretty cool. Transitioning to veganism. He's not like Blair White, who's always just. She was transitioning, but and now he's not.
I love how you said he.
No, yeah, Blair White. I'm gonna call Blair White he from now on because
fuck you. That's why. Thanks for cucking out of veganism, dude. Bro.
If I steal meat from the store rather than paying money, is that okay? I'm not supporting the carnist fascist farmers.
oh shit, fucking veganism, fucking debunked. Or
Right, guys. Apparently, in the other stream, that they'll let me on, but they've only got like 20 minutes, so I should probably leave and then like
We'll wrap
trigger
the
them with
stream
the
up.
V word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it going to be vagina? Is it going to be vegan? Nobody knows. I will drop the V word. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can make pals.
Later.
It's been good talking to you, Ellie.
I gotta get
am
going
Next
too.
time.
Exhausted.
Thank you.
Like
Thank
my
you for
eyes
your
are
time.
literally bagging. Like I need to get food and all that.
And
Peace
I've
out,
got to get
guys.
up early in the morning because
Bye.
I'm.
Bye, T-Cat. Yeah.
Alright.
Ciao.
Ciao,
Bye-bye.
Bella.
Bye, Ellie. Take care.
Bye, Ellie.
Great seeing you, Emma. Bye bye.
Bye. All right, guys. That's it for tonight. See you next time.